Hey guys, my name is Steve and this is Wilmer Woodworks, where I put together woodworking videos, laser engraving tutorials, and anything else that may interest me. So in this video, I'm going to do a laser tutorial on how to design and make these tombstone signs, which are great for Halloween decor, and you can change the names or the writings on these to be placeholders for your next Halloween party. Really, you could do whatever you want with these. And doing this triple little frame here or double frame, it boosts out and kind of gives it a little depth, which is really nice. So we're going to go over in LightBurn and we're going to design. Now I'm only going to show you how to design this one because once you have those concepts done, you can pretty much do any of these kind of designs that you want, just using basic shapes. If you have any questions about any of my tutorials, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. I always try to make sure I answer everybody's questions. And if you have any suggestions for any upcoming projects you'd like to see, I'm always open to hear those suggestions. Now, I will only be doing a couple of more Halloween designs because next up is going to be Thanksgiving. So we really only have one more Halloween design after this one. And I'm working on something special. It's got a couple of moving parts, so I think you guys are going to like it. But enough of that, let's get straight to this tutorial.
Now, usually when we make our designs or when I show how to make designs, we go straight over to Canva, but I wanted to show you how you can use this couple of simple shapes to make a design. And that's all we're going to do here. So we're going to take these two simple shapes of a square and a circle to make our tombstones. The first thing we're going to do is going to align these both up. We have this is the very top. Control D duplicates. Now if you can see, that kind of snapped to that corner. That down a little bit, and we can holding shift will get us a straight alignment. Make sure that's centered again. Control D for duplicate, holding shift, or not even, just snapping that there. Okay, Control D duplicates again, and actually we don't have to duplicate that. Let's just drag this down. I'm not really too concerned about the sizing because we can resize this when we're done. Yeah, so that's pretty much about it for right now. So what we'll do is we'll take these two shapes and we're going to do a subtraction, and then these two shapes. Okay, we're going to do another subtraction. These two shapes we're just going to weld together, and that is the top of our tombstone. Now I want this to taper in a bit, so what I'll do is I am going to just adjust this in and we'll pull that in. Okay, and that is our tombstone. So now to make our layers, I'm going to do the offset. So we're going to do an inward offset, and we're going to make sure we do not delete. And we're going to bring this in. Let's see. So that is 1/8 of an inch. Now also, I'm not sure if you knew this, but you can actually just type in 1/8 and it will adjust. So this will be our outline. And we'll make two of those, but let's just do one more for our inset. Okay. Now let's add our bottom piece to our tombstone. And before we do that, I want to use my selection tool. I'm going to select this top part and I'm just going to group that together. And now this part, what is this? This is, let's make this 3/4 of an inch, and we will just center this together. And let us grab another circle. Remember, holding shift will get you a exact circle. And let's see, if we hold command, that'll hold that into there. And I think what I'll do is I'll just make this a little narrower. Hit delete. Sorry about the rain. It's Florida rains every day. Okay, so we'll hit Control D for duplicate, pull that on the other side until that is centered, and then we will just do our select, and we are going to do our subtract, and we are going to select, and then we are going to do our subtract. I wish they would let me have that window open. Okay, so then we'll just do a boolean on this, and this will be inward. Click OK, weld that together, and that is our tombstone. The only thing I want to do now is make a base for this. So again, we're going to start with our rectangle. Let me just move this piece out of the way here. Now the base I do want to be a little bit lot wider than the tombstone, and we will take our circle, holding Command and Shift, Control duplicate, Control duplicate, Control duplicate, and delete. And then we will do our subtraction. And now we will just do an offset, and we're going to do an inward offset, and we will pull that in. So we'll have 2 layers. All right, the last thing we have to do is put our little tab here, and this tab will be 1/8 of an inch because the wood that we're using is 1/8 of an inch. So we'll just make this, let's say 2.75. And now we'll select the 2, center it up, Control D for duplicate, pull that duplication right there, and then just center this on our base. And then just weld this together. But actually, before I weld that together, let me make a duplicate of this. Move that over, weld that together. Okay, so now we have all of our elements. The only thing I need to do is ungroup this, and we can just select these 3 pieces here and hit Control Duplicate. This will be our wire frame. And actually, let's make 2 of these. So we have 2 frames. Actually, we'll take this frame here. So Control Duplicate. Perfect. So let's delete this. Delete that. And we can delete this one now too. So this will be our stack design. So this one will go on top. This one will go in the middle. And this one will be on the bottom. And let's add some text into this. So let me go, I'm going to go out and grab a font that I like, and I will be right back.
All right, guys, I just want to take a quick break to mention my school community. I mentioned it in the last video, and I'm just going to keep mentioning it because I encourage everybody, if you have laser and you are curious about how to make certain designs or settings or any general questions about your laser, I encourage you to go over there. I will put the link in the description below. It is called Laser Labs by Wilmer Woodworks, and it's on the school platform. That's skool.com. It is a free community to join, and I will have free files out there as well that I am not offering on my website for free. So if you go to the website, it's going to be paid, but if you join the school community and you interact with other people and other members, you will get access to other free designs. But enough of that, let's get right back to this tutorial.
Okay, now that you have your tombstone done, you can put any text you want. So if you want, you can put someone's name in there or a funny saying. So on this one, we are going to put, "Here lies old man McGraw. He argued with his mother-in-law." Okay, we'll just shrink that down a bit. Okay, I'm actually going to put this into 2 separate text boxes. I'm going to delete this mother-in-law part, and I'm just going to make that into a new text box. And we can make this bigger. And then we can group these together, or center them, I should say. And we can do the spacing a little different too. Okay, all right, so the text I'm going to engrave. So let's set these layers up now. I usually do my engrave fill on a red layer. So we'll do this at 3045, and then I always do like to engrave and fill. It just gives it a nicer, darker tone. So we will do this at, let's say, 1545, and the rest of everything will be cut. So except for this part, this will be fill or engrave, and this will be engrave. and the rest of everything else will be cut. Okay, so the only thing we want to do here is grab that and pull this over, and then we'll delete this piece. All right, so these three will stack, and then they will fit right into there. So let's group this together, group this together, group this together, group this together. Okay, so I will get over there and we will cut this.
All right, guys, that was a nice, simple, easy build, just using standard shapes, little circles and squares to cut out and intersect, and you were able to easily make this design. I will put this design out on my website for free, only for about a week, so make sure you sign up and you get over there and you get this download. These other items, these other tombstones, they will be available on the site as well, and I will probably even put these together as a package. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and if you haven't yet, hit the like button, do all the interactions that the YouTube algorithm likes, so the video gets pushed out to others that may have questions. All right, until next time, my name is Steve. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, my name is Steve and this is Wilmer Woodworks, where I go